Hi, my name is Miriam Clay, and for my therapeutic activity, I made a mug out of clay. So let's get started. The clay is right now in a microwavable oven. We're going to put on our oven mitts to take it out. So I put the clay in the microwave for about 2 minutes. And we're going to open up our microwave with our oven mitts. Take out the clay. You're going to place it on your towel because it's hot. And we're going to let that cool for 2 minutes. Now you're going to need a flat surface. And here we're going to use this ice cream truck. We're going to use this table. You're going to have a parchment table on your table to work with. A chair to sit on. And let's begin. Okay. Okay, so describe your craft and why did you choose it? So I decided to make a mug out of clay because I'm not so good in arts and crafts. And I thought making something out of clay would be somewhat easier and also it would help with my frustration because arts and crafts usually gets me very frustrated because I'm not so good at it. And I thought working with clay would help me get out the pressure while moving with it. So that's why I decided to do it. And I got this from a website called Pinterest. They showed me pictures and under the pictures, a little description of what to do. Describe your experience of learning and completing the craft. So this took me a long time to kind of do this craft. I had to go through it was a lot of trial and error. I had to reread my directions. But after a few times, I was able to finally master it. Which was great, and it really helped my self-confidence. I was really able to see that, like, if you fail, try again, and, like, I did it. I'm very proud of myself. I made this beautiful mug. How's your craft a reflection of your social and cultural background? So, for me, I love drinking coffee, so it's for me, it's very meaningful. Every morning I wake up, I sit down, I breathe in the fumes of coffee and I drink it, and it makes me feel calm and relaxed and energetic at the same time. And socially, how it reflects in my life, I love doing this with my friends and family. I love having them come over, we sit down, we have a talk with a cup of coffee. It brings good vibes and good feelings, which is great. So that's if socially is a reflection of my life, and it brings meaning to me because of that. So I think it's been around 2 or 3 minutes. The clay should be good to work with. Okay, great. So next you're going to need is a scale, and that weighs in grams. And also you're going to need a ruler to measure it, the length. Okay, so I'm going to move this down here. Okay, so you're going to take your clay. You should get around 2 ounces of clay, not 2 ounces, 50 grams, which is 2 ounces of clay. Great. So you're going to put it over here, measure it. It says 50 grams. Okay, so you're then going to take your clay and you're going to roll it in a ball. So, like this, in your palm. Next, you need to roll it out into a rope. That's the goal. We want it to become a rope. So you use your palm, your fingers, whatever works for you to roll it out. This part of the activity was very hard for me because you really have to concentrate on the dough. Usually when I bake or cook, I don't really concentrate. I space out, and like when I bake bread or when I make pizza, I just do I just roll it out. But with this, you really have to concentrate. You have to make sure it's even. You really have to make sure that it's very simple in the sense that it's long. Okay, so let's see. We have to measure it. It is 12 inches. 12 inches. So we're going to then, what you're supposed to do, we're going to squeeze it together. And that is your first ring. And then we're going to do this a second time for the next one. So now with the second one though, as you can see with the mug over here, it gets wider and wider. So you're going to have to add more clay. So instead of doing 50 grams we're going to be measuring 60 grams. Also, don't forget is that when you take out your clay, you're going to have to pop the air bubbles. Sorry. It's just, so you have to work with it. It doesn't always, it's not always so simple with this stuff. You have to be patient and put your time with it. Okay. Great. This is the 60 grams. Next, don't forget to squeeze out all the air bubbles. I don't know if you can hear it. Squeeze out all the air bubbles. Roll it next into a ball. And then we're going to roll it out. Okay. What ideas do you have about this type of client this activity could benefit? This activity could benefit many types of clients. First of all, someone with a mental illness especially. This is very therapeutic. I really feel like I've gained, like when I went through this, it's very relaxing. It's stress relieving, especially playing with the clay and the different textures. So I would use this as a therapeutic activity for someone with mental illness, like depression or anxiety. In addition, this is great for someone that has to work on their fine motor skills, their hand muscle strength in their hands, their contraction and concentric contraction, all that stuff with your hands. Great. In addition, this would also be wonderful for someone who needs to follow directions, because you need to go in an order. But at the same time, what I love about this activity is that you kind of understand that this is going to look like this. It's not, I get frustrated when people say, do this and this and this, and it's going to turn out like that. And you don't really know what it's going to turn out like. So I like that with this activity, you have to follow an order, and you kind of get a grasp of what that order is going to be like. Okay, good. So this is a little more than 12 inches because we're going bigger. Connect the two together. Okay, and this part was hard because now you have to attach the next layer to the bottom layer. And you have to slightly pinch it. And I struggled with this because I would pinch it too hard and it would smush and I would start all over again. It was very frustrating. So this was another form that was really hard for me. Okay, great. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to glaze it. So you're going to take your paintbrush. And here, I have one that's somewhat done. This is what it looks like glazed. You're going to take your paintbrush, and you're going to take your glaze, and you're going to spread it all over, and you're going to let it set. So remember, you're going to be doing this you need 14 of these to get this. So 14 of these go up. You're going to glaze it with a paintbrush. You're going to then put it in your foil pan. Next, there is the oven. You're going to put it in the oven for 200 degrees for 4 hours. After 4 hours, you're going to take it out, let it cool for 3, and then you can paint it with a paintbrush with acrylic paint. And then you eventually make any design with this, which is great. What ideas do you have about this? Oh, sorry. How would you grade this activity? I would grade this activity with the dough, with the clay. You can make the clay hard or soft according to how hot the temperature is. So if you want the client to grade up, you would maybe you could make the clay a little more stiff, so they have to really move around with it. And to grade down, instead of using clay, maybe use silly putty to start off with before you get into something like clay, because silly putty or Play-Doh is it's much simpler and it's less like intensity than using clay. Okay. Let's see. Did I forget anything? And this activity for me, it was again very hard in the beginning. I really had to work at it, but it eventually got easier. The more effort. And the more time and the more disciplined I was. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.